Divergent storylines converge on Championship Sunday as the San Diego Mesa College Olympians meet the Feather River College Golden Eagles in the 3C2A Volleyball Championship. For San Diego Mesa, an abrupt end in the postseason a year ago has propelled them to an even stronger run in 2023. The top-seeded Olympians have lost just twice all season, and after vanquishing conference rival Grossmont College in the semis, they seek to finish the quest and bring the 3C2A championship back to the South for the first time since 2017. Meanwhile, for Feather River, a burning desire to remain on top has fueled another torrid performance at the championships this weekend. The defending champions continue to amaze, running through strong opponents in quick fashion, just as they did a year ago. And now they stand on the precipice to back-to-back titles. This would be the first team to accomplish the feat since L.A. Pierce did it back in 2012. The Olympians seek to redeem. The Golden Eagles seek to repeat. Championship final is next. And hello, everybody, and we welcome you back to Mount San Antonio College. I am Jeff Stoynoff, joined by Robert Lewis here from this beautiful facility at Mount San Antonio College, and we're getting ready for championship final, Feather River, San Diego Mesa, and we're going to take a look at the bracket and go over what's happened this weekend. It's been an exciting first 2 days, and we'll take a look as we get you ready for the championship. And there is the starting bracket, and we start in the top half, Delta and Irvine Valley, and right away we had an upset on paper, Robert, the 1 and the 4 seed, but with 8 of the top 9 ranked teams here at the finals, I don't know if anything could be considered an upset, but Irvine Valley right away able to dispatch San Joaquin Delta.
Absolutely a huge upset. San Joaquin Delta had amazing 38 errors combined in that match against the Lasers, and Irvine Valley sweeping Delta. They were the Mustangs were ranked number 1 in the state from the get-go, very first poll, and all the way through the regular season. So, yes, that was a monumental upset by Irvine Valley. A great program, of course, the last South champion in 2017. And then you have Feather River, and Feather River, I mean, they're on the cusp of a dynasty.
Yeah, taking a look.
Three state titles, possibly in 4 years.
And that takes us to our second matchup, and that was Feather River and Ventura, an intriguing matchup with Ventura, the number 1 seed in the South a year ago, upset around before the championships, but a great season. They came back. They were strong again. They were the 2 seed in the South. But Feather River, as they have done going back to last year and into this year, had a very good team on their heels. Give Ventura a lot of credit. They were the first team in 2 years to even take a set off of Feather River here at the championships. They went down 3-1. Robert, how does Feather River do it? How do they have very good teams seemingly on their heels and trying to keep up with them?
The head coach, Sarah Ritchie, unbelievable research that she does. The video she goes through on every opponent just prepares every team she has every year. And she has a completely different team than she had last year when she won the state title, where she relied on a great play of a setter. And this year she has multiple ponies, as she calls it, and against, beating Ventura. Ventura, obviously, great team, Western State Conference tri-champion this year, and Brad Lyons was the coach of the year a year ago for the Pirates, and Feather River, they just plugged on through, and then, they had to go face Irvine Valley in that semifinal.
But first, we're going to go to the bottom half of the bracket. Back on Friday evening, it was Grossmont and Fresno City, and the Griffins, who were here last year, able to dispatch Fresno. Another win for the South after the North really dominated things a year ago. The South making a little stronger statement this year with 3 wins in the 4, but the Griffins were impressive, getting by Fresno and getting their spot in the semis.
Well, very much so. And 4 players were in double figures in kills against Fresno, and that's Verdugo Del Real, Allison Geis, Kate Beezer, their best hitter, 13 kills. Geis had 13, and Amanda Pena, their lefty opposite, had 10 off the bench. So 4 kids with 10 kills against Fresno, who are really kind of in some respects, a one-player team with Drugan Davis, who was a All-American, and Drugan had a triple-double in that match, which does not happen too often at the state level. She had 14 kills, 10 assists, and 11 digs. But that match, again, experience of Grossmont and their head coach, Brooke Callahan, 4 consecutive appearances at the state tournament.
And then it was San Diego Mesa in the nightcap, the top seed in the South against American River, who, of course, made the run all the way to the finals a year ago. But San Diego Mesa just a little too strong in that fourth quarter final. American River, they fought gamely, but Mesa brought a lot of firepower, led by a sensational outside hitter in Kaylin Jaeger.
And Jaeger is just an incredible talent. She had 19 kills in that American River win. She led the team in digs with 13. She had 2 blocks. And the other part of the Mesa game, though, is that setter, Jaden Mojica. She had 35 assists in that match. And, again, another head coach who prepares her team in Bobby Jo Stahl-Vest.
Yeah, just 2 losses on the season, and we'll get back to that. Let's go back to the top and talk about the top half of the bracket in the semis, Feather River and Irvine Valley, and what a difference a day makes and what a difference a matchup makes. Irvine Valley, who looked so good, so poised against San Joaquin Delta, all of a sudden they were just blitzed immediately in the first 2 sets, mustering only 12 points in each of the first 2 sets, and just that quickly, Feather River on and through in straight sets. It was a dominating performance.
It was, and really – I put it in our releases for the 3C2A site. Catherine G., the libero, I mean, unbelievable. I'm courtside for that one, and she had 20 digs, and a couple of them were just right out of the circus act. I mean, she was on her back on one. She had one that went right off her chest that caroomed over. Both of those turned into points for Feather River. Sarah Richard basically told her, hey, you go after everything. And huge factor, All-American libero.
Yep.
And to have a libero be that impactful is just an amazing thing.
A third-year player who came back because she wanted to be an All-American. She is, and now I'm sure she's turning her attention to bringing a championship home in her 3rd year. We'll see if she can do that today. Let's talk about the bottom half. This was an intriguing matchup. 2 teams from the same conference. 3rd meeting of the season between the 2 teams. Grossmont, the only team on the year who had beaten San Diego Mesa, but the old adage seemed to hold true. It's tough to beat a good team 3 times in a row, and ultimately Grossmont not able to do it as Mesa did turn the tables.
It was an interesting matchup in so many different respects. First, we have 2 PCAC teams going at it, and then there's this little factor called champion against RPI. And what I mean by that is Mesa earned the number 1 seed in the South, but Grossmont beat Mesa twice. And we're the undefeated PCAC champions. So you had 2 different things going on. You had Mesa going, hey, we have to vindicate ourselves. We got to prove that we earned this number 1 seed, and we want to beat our rival. And then you have Grossmont saying, hey, wait a second. We deserve that number 1 seed, or number 2 seed at least. And came in as the number 3 seed. And, of course, the other factor is Grossmont says, hey, we gotta take care of business. We've already beaten this team twice. Let's go win one more time. But instead, the X factor, Kaylin Jaeger, one more time, most kills in a match at this tournament with 22 kills, and Emily Eltridge, another player who could be a big factor today, she stepped up in that match against Grossmont.
Yeah, 2 seed in the South, as it turns out, would have gotten you Feather River in the first round. Careful what you wish for.
Exactly.
That sets the stage for our final today, San Diego Mesa, Feather River. A lot more to talk about. We'll get into it as the match is set to get underway in just a few minutes. And we hope you will join us then, Championship Sunday, here on the Bay Area Online Sports Network, Feather River and San Diego Mesa coming up.
looking for a unique college experience, then Feather River College is the place for you. If you're looking for a unique college experience, then Feather River College is the place for you.
Lineup introductions, and we'll bring up the starting lineups for you shortly here today. Mesa and Feather River. And Robert, when we bring up the graphic, we'll see not a lot of surprises here. There is one change on the Mesa side, so we'll get into that as we bring up the graphic. And let's talk a little bit about the matchup here. You mentioned the pins on the outside for Mesa. Of course, Kaylin Jaeger, get what you get, but it was an interesting dichotomy. Sophia Osler struggled a little bit in the semis, but Emily Eltrich picks it up, and that's been something of a dynamic for the team all year long. Between the three of them, at least a couple of them, if not all three, are going to be hot.
Absolutely, and again, with Jaeger has 41 kills in 2 matches so far, which is far more than anybody else at the state tournament. And like you said, Osler had a really good quarterfinal, but not as good a semi, while as Eldridge really picked it up in that semifinal victory against Grossmont.
And here is a look at that Feather River starting lineup. And right away, we didn't get a lot of chance to talk about it among all of the things that they do well. But setter Anna Bolich has been outstanding, filling in for the almost clownish giant shoes of Nellie Stevenson from a year ago. But Anna Bolich has been terrific. And that middle attack, Kiana Falpula and Franny Martins in the middle, boy, they get on the attack in that middle so quickly.
So many weapons. They have the most depth of any team at the state tournament, and it shows. Bolich especially has all over the floor. She's not just setting. She can dig. She can serve. She can block. She's got all the tools, and you're right. She's a quiet setter in terms of she's not flashy, not like a Mary Nagassi or a Nellie Stevenson. They had two different dynamic setters when they won the state championships in 2019 and last year.
And you saw a quick look at Sarah Ritchie over there. Did have a chance to talk to Sarah Ritchie this week. You mentioned the homework that she does. We mentioned as we were wrapping up our conversation that they would get Ventura in round one. I said, what do you see in Ventura? What do they do well? What do you know about them? And she said, I know everything about them, and that's just speaks to her work ethic.
She really does.
Yeah, but she
really
had
does.
watched, and they were obviously well prepared. Let's take a look at the Mesa starting lineup, and again, you see a setter that you mentioned briefly, Jaden Mojica, who has been outstanding as we talk about those pins on the outside. Of course, a lot of that doesn't matter if Jaden Mojica isn't doing the job and setting them well, and that's exactly what she's been doing.
Well, you talk about the power of a setter. Well, last night, the PCAC most valuable player was Chelsea Trendler from Grossmont. The coach had to pull her in the third set because she just wasn't effective. And she went to their second setter, which is Mercedes Lopez, and they played a lot better in that third set and nearly pulled off a win in that third set, but it wasn't enough. But these are the type of moves that coaches have to make when they're down. I mean, the season's on the line, and that was a critical move by Brooke Callahan. But the setter is so important to a winning team.
And you did see very quickly there, you might have noticed the one change in the lineup, Amiana Lagrimas into the lineup for Olivia Osler. I believe I misspoke earlier and called her the wrong name, but it was the left-hander Olivia Osler. Certainly we would expect to see Olivia Osler today, but they make the move to Lagrimas in that back row to start the match. Let's step aside for our national anthem. And we come back. Yeah, Feather River, San Diego Mesa getting set to go, just moments away now. An interesting matchup here. Mentioned San Diego Mesa, the disappointing early exit from the postseason a year ago after they had a very strong regular season. They were the 4 seed in the South, upset by Santa Barbara City College right there in round 2, so stopped short of the championship. Meanwhile, Feather River went all the way last year. There would seem to be a difference in experience here at the championships, but not so fast. Feather River, interestingly, emerges with a lot of new faces seeing significant time for the second run.
Well, Mesa really does have an experienced roster, and that's so important. They have several redshirt sophomores, and Eldridge played in the 2021 tournament a couple of years ago, and Jager has just been outstanding here. And then when you look at Feather River, again, so many weapons, but all that preparation by the Golden Eagles. I wanted to also say that for Mesa, the head coach, Bobby Joe Stahl-Vest, had experience at the state championship tournament as a player back in 2006, played on that team that made the championships. And she told me before the match that, she relates that to the players, that to enjoy the moment. You're here. You may never have an experience like this ever again. You only have 2 chances as a freshman and a sophomore at the community college level to play at this level. And so she's got her team prepared too. She did some homework last night, she told me, and of course Richie. I think she spends a lot of time out there, in her hotel room, just looking at tapes and going over the opponents and watching those other matches, and she just picks up a lot of tendencies.
It's an interesting dynamic that she watches so much tape, prepares her team so well, because the appearance on the floor is that Feather River dictates so much to their opponents with how quickly they move.
Without a doubt. And, again, so many weapons on the Feather River squad. This is a different Feather River team in that respect. They don't have a straight go-to hitter. They have 3 or 4. And at any time they can all step up and make plays. And they've been blocking really well all the way through the postseason. That's something Coach Ritchie mentioned, that the blocking has been at its best right now. The very first match of the year, they got swept by Sierra, and she said their blocking was terrible that match.
Yeah, round 1 here this weekend, back on Friday, 31 blocks in the win over Ventura. Emily Eldridge will serve to get us started for Mesa. And trouble immediately on the pass for Emma Doherty. An ace to start for San Diego Mesa.
It's funny that this whole state tournament, there's been a lot of aces right early on, but the nerves of these championship matches.
Yes, so much so on Friday we wondered if there wasn't some getting used to with the lighting and the setup here in the gym, because multiple teams were having difficulty, it would seem, handling serve. Meanwhile, Eldridge, a torrid start as she gets the kill from the back row.
This is exactly what she was doing last night against Grossmont. She is stepping up right now for her team.
Meanwhile, the chant for FRC starts. They're going to try and get the Golden Eagles going. The attack comes from the back row. Coronado with the dig. Jager's first swing, and it's off of Kat G. So the first matchup between Jager and Kat G, not the last today, but it goes to Jager.
And Jager has taken out many a libero this season. She has a powerful swing, with the howitzer swing, as we call it, right?
3-0 start for Mesa. G will have to set from the back line. Chance for Mesa. Jager at the 3-meter line. They'll try Doherty. Leaning right, finds the middle, finds the floor. So that breaks the run, gets Feather River going. It's 3-1. That may be about as much adversity as Feather River has faced in the championships in 2 years.
Not many times that they've trailed 3-0.
Douglas on the slide. G keeps it up, but not all the way. Doherty can't get there, and Jalen Douglas, who's had a fairly quiet weekend, but she is a big performer for this Mesa team.
Last night there was a point of the match where she made 2 slide step kills, and those were huge at the time. It kind of changed a little bit, and she blocked really well last night.
Yeah, 6'3" and a wingspan that more than matches. She covers a lot of space. Coronado to serve. Doherty with a solid pass. Kraft goes to the dink. Crafty, I think it would be safe to say. And she reads the block and goes over with the dink. 4-2, Feather River back within 2. And Kat G, the libero, to serve.
Kraft had 11 kills in the Irvine Valley win, hit 290.
Good job on the pass, and Jager with a chance, but the roof.
Kiana Fapula. Yeah, she is an outstanding talent. She's really a big part of this block for the Golden Eagles.
And, over there with Autumn Bennett and the hands up, and Jager denied for the first time today. 4-3. That's a big play for Feather River, because that was decidedly in system for Mesa and still didn't get the kill. Bennett's first swing. Doherty tries to keep it up but can't.
How about
that? So the block returned.
Exactly. For Mesa. Sophia Delacruz had 6 blocks last night in the semifinals, and she just came up there with Jager on that one.
5-3. Both of these teams, as you alluded to earlier, Robert, so many avenues of attack. Really a nightmare defensively for the opponent for a swing for Faupula. Eltrich keeps it up, but Mesa will have to give up the free ball. Bolich setting Kraft. Eltrich there. Jaeger gathers. Coronado with the dig. First swing for Osler. Longest point so far. Bennett. One-arm dig, but not over. That's a great job for Mesa by Jaden Mojica, trying to keep that play alive, but Feather River outlasts them, back within one at 5 for Mesa.
Yeah, that's part of the reason. Mojica is such a great defensive player for Mesa. And even though they didn't get the point, you could see, she's there actually playing almost like a libero herself.
Coronado with a little difficulty on the pass. G with the dig. They go middle with Faupula.
Nice little behind the back.
Quick setter dump for Jaeger. Joust ball, and it's down. Kraft able to direct back toward the middle. We're all tied at 5. We'll have a look here.
Nice little play over the net.
Yeah, off the hands of Osler. Good pass. The back set this time. Kaylin Jaeger. They move her over to that right side, and that's another thing that you see here quite a bit is both these teams will move those pins around side to side.
They have to switch. This is all for the state title right now, so
Yep.
all the strategy is needed right now.
6-5 Mesa. Doherty gets the pass. Faupula has to go to the dink, the one-timer, but Kat G reads it. Setter dump from Bolich. First whistle comes in.
Nice
Tied
little play
at
by
6.
Bolich. Just like we talked about in the pregame, Bolich does so many things well and good decision maker.
Yeah, I believe it was that net contact then because it went
Yes.
to Feather River. So, yeah, net contact on San Diego Mesa. We're all even at 6.
Good set.
Solid pass again from Coronado, and Osler tools the block. Osler did struggle in the last round, more errors than kills.
And you'll notice Jalen Douglas is coming in now for Mesa.
But just to finish the point, just as we talked about at the top, Osler struggled, but just in time for Eltrich to step up and have a big semifinal. And that is part of the problem when you're playing San Diego Mesa. Trouble on serve, receive. Feather River scrambling, and they won't get it over. Kraft trying to play from the back row. 8-6 Mesa.
Honestly, I haven't seen too many of those type of mistakes by Feather River at all. They've been so clean at the state tournament.
Leo Gosoko on serve. They'll set up Doherty, and Doherty sends it long.
This is sort of how Mesa kind of took a little bit of control in that Grossmont match. They withstood the push by the other team. It was a tie game, right, at one point here, and now they got to a 3-point lead again.
Faupula reaches out, but what a dig in the back row by Gosoko. Douglas sent it long, 9-7.
Jaeger, she is just such a powerful hitter, but went a little long on that one.
9-7. Yeah, they tried to go with Jaeger again in that back row, and why not? Eltrich has to go up high. Jaeger leaning in off the tape. One-timer for Eltrich. Didn't quite get all of it. Quick set middle. Franny Martin's blocked by Douglas.
There's the, again, Douglas, she's got that 6'3" frame, and she gets up there, and the block.
Yeah, Franny Martin's having an outstanding postseason going back even to the rounds before the championship. She came to the championship, she yet to make an error, and she's been very good here at the championships to continue that. But Douglas with the denial. 10-7. The slide for Martins. Good read. One hand set. Douglas tries to get it down, but G with the dig. Douglas sends it back over. G lays out. Doherty. And the whistle comes in. They'll stop play.
They're going to replay.
Well, the first knockdown for Kat G. And she is back up. Couple of digs to give them another chance. They're going to replay the point. Do you know what they called there?
I don't know, but it's the first replay I think they've had in the entire tournament.
Yeah, I don't recall one. Certainly didn't see one Friday. 10-7. Amiana Lagrimas on serve for Mesa. Yeah, Martin's in the first 2 rounds, 10 kills, no errors. Doherty moving right. Douglas with the up. Jaeger from the back row. Doherty.
Great dig.
Another dig for Jaeger. Eldridge at the 10-foot line. Gee, what a dig. And into the net for Kraft.
Jaeger, again, look at the timeout here. A 4-point lead for Mesa.
11-7. Feather River going to take a timeout. We're in set number 1, the 3C2A Volleyball Championship here on the Bay Area Online Sports Network. (11-7). Mesa with the lead in set number 1.
A couple of things. So far, Feather River's 5 attack errors are hitting -105, which is really unusual for a Feather River team. And Mesa's got 5 kills, 5 assists for Mojica, 4 digs for Eldridge. And an ace.
And an ace for Lagrimas, 12-7.
That's ace number 2 for the Olympians.
First one coming on the very first point of the match. This is their largest lead at 5. Lagrimas will serve. Good pass, and off to Doherty off the block.
Got
Hangs
over.
on the tape. Still going setter dump. Down goes Losoko. And now it's Jaeger. The pancake. Eldridge trying to finish. Free ball coming for Mesa. Douglas to the dink.
That's all Jaeger. That dig by Jaeger created that point.
Second dig for Jaeger, but that is a big, big play. And she's so good in the back row, as we've seen from a couple of the premier hitters here. So often, that back row play just as good. Certainly the case with Kaylin Jaeger.
The confidence right now from the Olympians. You could see it.
13-7.
Yeah.
Bolich will set Doherty up the line. No chance for Lagrimas. 13-8.
Now Bennett's coming back in the match. She is a huge factor for the Golden Eagles, and we'll see if she starts to step up right now.
Yeah, 18 kills on the weekend so far. Attacking at over 300. Jaeger with a little trouble on the pass. Eldridge looking cross court, but sends it wide. 13-9, and you got to be so careful with a team like Feather River. You know they're not going to get rattled. They're a very confident team.
Well, you can't give them mistakes. That's for sure. And that's that one there. You have to put those attacks in.
They go to Jaeger once again, and Mesa gives up the free ball. Bolich looking for Doherty.
Back line.
Inside the line. Emma Doherty.
Great set by Bolich.
3-point run.
And Bolich is a really good server, so let's see what happens here. Now 13-10. And that timeout. It's a good timeout called by Coach Bobby Joe Stahlvest. That's a lot to say.
Yeah, Mesa. But you got it out. You did a good job. Mesa going to burn their first timeout here in set number 1. The lead is down to 3. Mesa 13, Feather River 10 here on the Bay Area Online Sports Network. Well, the Mesa bench certainly into it. They brought their own mascot as well.
They have
Call
two.
that from Friday night.
They have two. A banana named Herbert Garrison III is what I was told. And then a rally monkey named Monkey.
Eldridge gets the line out of the timeout. Terrific execution for San Diego Mesa.
And the monkey on the bench, the players earned, and they won it at Dave & Buster's, of all things.
I don't know why. I just would have assumed that the banana would have the single name and the monkey would have the third. But, you never can tell with these things.
Well,
Whistle and the point to Mesa, so they're back up 5. They've come out of the timeout and steadied things.
Well, once again, you got to give the coach credit. She called a perfect timeout and comes back with now a 5-point lead. Now it's a 4. That serve going out.
Might be the first serve error that I recall from either team. Here in this first set, Emma Doherty already with 3 kills in the match. They try the one-timer with Franny Martins, but they'll get another chance. Jaeger skies for the block. Another chance, Lagermas with the dig. Eldridge leans in. Bolich with the dig. Another dig for Lagermas. Jaeger trying to tool the block. It's still up. Free ball Mesa. They'll go to the slide with Douglas.
Beautiful
and Bolich goes for the one-arm dig but can't control it.
Wow, how about that? So once again, another surge withstood, and then out of the timeout, they've scored 3 points, 3-1 run right now for Mesa.
It's interesting to watch, and it's impressive the way in these longer points, the setters, the way that they can continue to spread the ball around and look for different spots to attack, even in the middle of a single point. Kraft goes to the roll. Jaeger reads it. She'll get it back. Good read for Bolich. Another chance for Mesa. Jaeger in the middle.
Just putting on a clinic.
Took
right
a
now.
little off in front of Doherty.
That was almost like it was like one person in the entire. She makes the dig. Receives, makes the pass.
Yeah, Martin's hands
drops
were
the
up.
Kill.
It's hard to say if Martin maybe got a piece, but that came off a lot more softly off the hands of Jaeger, and Doherty scrambled but couldn't get there. Another timeout on the floor. Sarah Ritchie going to take her second timeout with Feather River down 6 here in set number 1, the 3C2A Volleyball Championships here on the Bay Area Online Sports Network. Kaylin Jaeger with 3 kills, all ready to go along with 4 digs, but perhaps the storyline of set number 1, Jalen Douglas. 3 kills without an error. The 3 kills already equals her high for the weekend.
Crazy.
Overpass, but Feather River keeps it alive. Now Coronado has to set Eldridge, but the call comes in, and the point going to belong to Feather River. That was almost disaster for Feather River on the overpass, but they get it back.
And now they have a really good server in G.
Yeah, it's an athletic play from Franny Martins after that ball hits the tape, but able to reach out and keep it alive buys them another chance. And Kat G to serve.
G had a 9-0 serving run.
Jaeger and the roof coming from Falpula and Bennett again.
That duo.
Yeah, let's watch here. They were both there. I believe this is Bennett that's going to get the hands up, and maybe a little help from the net as well. But Jaeger now 3 kills, but attacking at 0 with 3 errors as well. But her play in the back line.
Just landed an ace. G,
yep.
Beautiful
Kat
play.
G pulls them back within 3, a quick 3-point run.
Jaeger, she always puts her hand on her chest. say, hey, that's my mistake, and that was on her side. Let's see if they're going to keep attacking her.
Cat G, who works so well.
And they did again.
And they did.
How
It
about
drops
that?
in front of Jaeger, and now it's 17-15.
This was a strategy that Grossmont did in their second win against San Diego Mesa. They attacked Jaeger to get her tired.
And sometimes that's just where I was going to go with that is that's a little bit intentional
And
off
another
the tape.
ace.
3 in a row for Cat G as it
Unbelievable.
falls in front of Coronado. But it is a way to tire out one of the heavy hitters from the other team to make them play from the outset and handle serve.
G is such a terrific server. She got a little break there on the net lip. But, again, she's a type of player who can put these long serving runs. And then, as I say that, of course, they jinxed her.
Floats long. Well, you are an announcer up here. The announcer jinx. That didn't come out of nowhere, okay? 18-16.
It's like the other team always gets the point when you come out of a timeout. You ever notice that? Team calls the timeout, and they immediately get a point.
Mojica to serve for Mesa. Doherty goes down to get it. Falpula in the middle goes for the push, but it's long. 19-16. Well, that's been the storyline here in this first set. Every time there's been a run, there's been a response. On the other side now, Mesa back up 3.
That was a huge point right there. Gets it up to 3.
Floater
Ace.
from Mojica.
What a serve.
And Falpula steps aside there as Doherty moves up to play it. And it's a long way to go for Doherty, 20-16. So Mojica answering back after the run by Cat G on serve.
Another good serve and another ace.
Yeah, Ashley Kraft. This is
It's a
deja
serving
vu
show.
all over again.
It's a serving show.
As it's looking decidedly similar. This is almost exactly what we saw just a minute ago, only on the other side.
It's got to be frustrating for Feather River. They had all the momentum, and now the momentum switches again.
Anna Tuinavai on for Feather River, first appearance. And she'll handle the serve receive. Bennett, G tries to keep it alive, but Doherty can't chase it down. Mesa with a big-time response after Feather River got within 1.
And the rally, Monkey, and the banana, and the players on the bench, everything's going right now for the Olympians. They have the energy, the confidence level sky high.
5-point run, just long.
It was a pretty good serve, though. Just missed.
That's a terrific read by Tuinavai. Steely nerves to let that one go at 22-16.
Try to say that name 3 times fast.
I'm having trouble saying it 1 time slow. Abby Cogburn on to serve. Jaeger with the pass. Osler,
and that time
haven't seen a lot of her in this first set. Gets the kill, 23-17. Mesa creeps within 2 points.
If you're going to get a kill, right there's the time. 23-17. They're very close to putting Feather River down by 1.
Jaeger ready into the net. 23-18. Three serve errors for San Diego Mesa as a team in the first set. But they have the 5-point lead. They go back to Jaeger on the serve receive. Eldridge at the 10-foot line. All the way across. Doherty off the block of Osler. Eldridge.
Great dig by
G goes down to get it. Doherty trying to tool the block.
Osler and Sofia Dela Cruz.
Yeah, the call goes to Mesa 24-18.
Serving for set point.
Leah Gosoko looking to close it out.
Ace.
And the partial whiff for Tuinavai on the serve receive will close out the set, and serving certainly a big storyline. Feather River was good, but Mesa was outstanding on serve. Big difference.
Unbelievable. And again, through that entire set, what did we see? Mesa goes on a run, Feather River makes a rush back, and Mesa responds immediately, just like that.
Yeah, steely nerves from Mesa as Feather River issued a couple of challenges in that first set, but every time Mesa the big response. They're up 1-0. Championship Sunday, the 3C2A Volleyball Championships here on the Bay Area Online Sports Network.
So I have the stats.
If you're looking for a unique college experience, then Feather River College is the place for you.
Well, tables turned here on Championship Sunday in the first set. Feather River, so impressive yesterday, holding Irvine Valley to a negative hitting percentage for the match. But back the other way here in this first set, it was Mesa with the outstanding defense really blunting the attack of Feather River.
Well, Kaylin Jaeger, she only had 3 kills. She had 3 errors, too. Hit 0. But 4 digs, 2 blocks for her. Also 3 blocks from Sophia Dela Cruz. So they ended up having 14 blocks because the 8 block assists add up to 14 blocks. But also the blocks in continuation play. And then you have Jalen Douglas, 3 for 3 on those slide kills. She had 1 drop over. And then on the other side, Anna Bolich has 5 assists, and Catherine G had that 3-ace run, and she has 4 digs, and she's playing great. But the hitting, they are negative 091. 5 kills, 8 errors. That is, you never see that from a Feather River team. But this is San Diego Mesa taking them out of system.
And the strong play in the back row, and Douglas starts in the front row, along with Eltrich and Mojica. And they'll go to Eltrich, who's able to tool the block.
And Jaeger passing. It's just so many great facets of her game. And everybody just looks at her and says, oh, look at this powerful killer. She's a hitter with 50 attempts, getting 20 kills, and she does everything else. She's their best defensive player.
Cogburn, the overpass, and the one-timer coming back. Mesa off to a quick start here in set number 2.
Don't want to speak too far ahead, but this is a school that has never won a state championship, and the South hasn't won one since 2017.
Yeah, it's been quite the run for the North, just long. Here in the last several years, you referenced the last champion from the South, Irvine Valley, 2017, so they're trying to get back.
This is a great year for the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference, of course, with Grossmont and San Diego Mesa both making it to the semifinals. And now Mesa here in the championship match.
Douglas partially fanned on it, trying to take a little off. Can't get it over the net, tied at 2.
Well, you can't be perfect.
Well, she did it in round 1, 3 kills, no errors. But I agree with your general point. I think you're accurate. Going down to get it, off the net, and still alive as Jaeger sends it over. Doherty gathers off the block. Eltrich, a little trouble on the dig. Jaeger leans in, and Bolich
She had a little spin on that kill, too.
Yeah, Bolic really got there in time, but trouble controlling that ball. And we saw that in set number one as well for Anna Bolic.
I think one of the reasons, or one of the hard parts for a defender on Jaeger is that you're expecting that bomb. And that one was not.
Yep.
And I think Bolic thought it was going to come a lot faster than it did.
Yeah, it's a cagey play. We saw that as well in set number one with a kill that landed in front.
What a kill
Kanaya
there.
Cleveland.
That's interesting that she came off the bench. Sarah Ritchie told me she hadn't played the entire tournament. She just came in and got a kill.
A transfer from Tuskegee in Alabama and has come to Quincy, California to continue.
Volleyball, the only sport where you could come in, get a kill, and then go right out because of the rotation.
That's how to make it count. Bolic, terrific dig on the rocket from Eldridge. And tooling the block, it's Doherty, and Feather River is all the way back.
Boy,
4-3.
That big kill by Cleveland, though, kind of woke up Feather River a little bit. And look who's serving.
Coming from Tuskegee University.
Kat G serving now.
4-3. G, who had the big run to pull Feather River back within one in set number one. Just long. Eldridge continues her superb back row play.
Good read there, too. That was very close.
Tied at 4. Well, you have to imagine as well for these teams, this is their third match now in this gym. And so
look at that,
obviously they're going to start to get used to the conditions.
You know, talk about G, but Mojica is a terrific server. That was a beautiful touch right there, and gets another ace, and she's just matching G right now.
Jaden Mojica gives Mesa the 5-4 lead. They'll back set Bennett. Got a little help from the tape. Coronado partially whiffed on it, and Ostler catches the tape. We're tied at 5. Well, Coronado went to the push and partially whiffed on it. And that got Mesa in a little bit of trouble.
The hitting has not been very strong for either team. Mesa was hitting 114 after that first set. And again, as we said earlier, 091 negative for Feather River.
Jaeger on the give and go. What a dig for Cogburn. Setter dump, but they're there now. Jaeger and Coronado. A little bump in the middle and the ball falls.
We're seeing a little bit more of the libero. Another interesting aspect of this state tournament is the fact that the libero, Coronado for San Diego Mesa, has not played that much in this state championship tournament. So the ace there.
Yeah, for Feather River, now up 2 at 7-5.
That's the
as
specialist.
Christine Bacad continues on serve.
Bacad has come in, and she's definitely just a serve specialist for Feather River. Another good serve there.
Yeah, Coronado handles it. They'll look for the lefty. Ostler off the block.
That time Ostler got it high, and she put it over and gets it off the block.
Ostler now up to 3 kills. Attacking at 333. 7-6, that's a big number. You talked about both these teams struggling in terms of percentage, as you would expect. Ostler about 10 feet back, off the block.
On the other side.
Can't get there.
Did you notice that?
Yep.
So she does it from both sides of the floor. Kill on the left side, kill on the right side.
Have to make the adjustment to the lefty. She's got 4 kills. Jaeger to serve.
So much for another lead, right? For Feather River, Mesa just hangs around in every set.
Doherty with the cross court. That's a terrific cut from Emma Doherty. She tried that earlier, missed a little long, but a good adjustment.
She had led the team in the first set with 3 kills.
8-7. Quick set in the middle for De La Cruz.
Great set also there again.
Yeah, it starts with great serve receive, and they're into system quickly.
Their passing's been outstanding for Mesa this match. And again, Mojica, I can't say enough about this kid. She's just having a terrific match so far.
Tied at 8. Setter dump for Bolic. Leads to the
Jaeger.
one-timer. for Cogburn. Osler. Good read for Bolich. G will set Cogburn again. Jager from the back row. And it's down.
She got the tip.
Was it off the block? I couldn't tell. It might have got the line as well.
That's what they called it.
Yeah. You see Jager getting ahead of steam, and that was quick. It was Bacad. Couldn't get the dig.
Ooh, that was close. That was
in the corner. They got it.
I thought it was in. That's great. We'd like to see the replay on that.
Sarah Ritchie going to take a timeout
yep.
as we'll watch the replay. You can't put it down any better.
That's about as good as it gets, right? Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Right in the corner. Great job on the shot. Thanks, guys. 10-8, San Diego Mesa with the lead in set 2. They lead it 1-0 at the 3C2A Volleyball Championships, Championship Sunday on the Bay Area Online Sports Network.
Stat coming in.
Music. 10-8, Falpula and Eltrich and Douglas there for the block. And Falpula, who had a huge round 1 but is having a big weekend overall, denied by that big front line for Mesa.
How about the Mesa serving? That they have 7 aces so far. 3 by Mojica.
And in trouble again, Cogburn off the block. Abby Cogburn with a big kill for Feather River keeps them within 2.
Look who's back in.
It's Falpula will serve.
And they just brought in the big gun. Cleveland.
Osler able to tool the block. Yeah, Kanaya Cleveland.
And they got the point.
Okay, yeah, they give them the call. They say maybe caught the antenna for Osler.
Now they're going to
see what the call was.
They're going to talk it over.
All right. Do we have that replay, perhaps? Take one more look there and see if we can determine what happened. I don't know if we had that because the block initially certainly fell wide.
This would be a big point switch right now if
we're talking
if Feather River gets it.
Yeah, 3-point lead versus 1, and we will have a look at it and Robert see if you can tell. Yeah, well it looked like the net certainly moved and maybe caught a piece of the antenna.
Well,
all right, might have it from another angle here. We're going to try and run it back.
How many officials does it take to discuss it? Well, they have all 6 over there right now.
Well, the stakes are high.
Point is Feather River.
All right, we'll have a look here. Let's see if we have that maybe from behind, but we'll get back to play as well. I'm not sure what I saw there. 11-10. The point goes to Feather River.
Jager's talking over. She's one of the team captains, and she's their court captain for Mesa. You know, statistics so far, it's not. I mean, there's nothing really standing out but that serving as far as statistics. However, Jager has 6 digs. That's more than anybody, but Bolich on the other side also has 6 digs.
One hand set for Douglas, who pushes it off the block. Well, that is an athletic play in 2 places on the set, but then Douglas. Well, it's hard to teach height, but watch this here. Able to just stay up there and push it off the block. And Mesa back up 2 at 12-10.
That's another reason why Cleveland's in this match right now for Feather River after not playing in the first 2 of this tournament.
They'll look for Cleveland in the middle. Blocked that time by Douglas, but still up. Cogburn gathers.
What a matchup between those 2.
Eltrich and Jager. G with the dig, but it gives the free ball. The slide for Douglas, and G can't keep it up.
That is a this Douglas is just having a monster match, and she is really getting into it. She's getting into the moment right now.
Well, we saw Jalen Douglas leaving the gym yesterday with some ice on that left foot, favoring that left foot. We wondered what her availability might be for today, but it looks like she is full strength.
That one got
Doherty
in.
gets
Back
it
line.
down.
Right now, that's the one hitter for Feather River that's making the kills instead of Doherty.
13-11. Yeah, Doherty with 5 kills, far and away the leader. Next highest is Ashley Kraft with 2.
That's actually her 6th kill.
Yep. Douglas in the middle. Cleveland with the block.
Look at that.
Kanaya Cleveland trying to energize this team once again. She came in with the big kill earlier. That did seem to ignite them briefly.
Well, Sarah Richards said before the match she has so much depth, and she pointed out, I have not played Cleveland in this state tournament. You know, that just shows you that depth.
Jager goes down to get that serve, and it leads to the Eldridge kill. That's big because that was diving in front of Kaylin Jager, and she does a good job keeping that up. And Eldridge, who is having a tremendous final.
There is no momentum with Mesa in terms of the opponent because they keep stopping it.
Cleveland with the hammer. Kept up by Gosoko.
Nice little play there.
Jager off the block. Free ball coming.
Good set.
Douglas. Doherty with the dig. Cogburn with the push. Eldridge chases it down. Jager off the block. 6th kill for Jager.
It was a 1-point game, and now it's a 3-point game.
15-11, able to get it through the hands of Kanaya Cleveland. And trouble on the serve receive. It was Bolich, and I think Katchi wanted to let Bolich get the set if she possibly could, but it was too far away for Anna Bolich. Timeout on the floor. San Diego Mesa back up 4 at 16-12. They lead it 1-0, the 3C2A Volleyball Championship Final here on the Bay Area Online Sports Network. Four-point lead for San Diego Mesa, and Feather River encountering a level of resistance that maybe they haven't seen for a couple of years here at the championship, but they have mounted a couple of runs here today, Robert, but Mesa's had an answer every time.
Every time. And Jager, like you said, has 6 kills and 6 digs. Mojica has 18 assists. She's having a terrific match. 3 aces.
They're working around, and did Kraft get the net? They're going to say that she stayed off. So the kill for Ashley Kraft, that's a big call, potentially 16-13. Instead of being down 5, you get back within 3 with Kraft to serve. Another good serve receive, and Jager, not much chance for Ashley Kraft. It's up into the rafters. On the crush ball from Kaylin Jager.
If they get her going and she gets on a streak, this is going to be a very quick match.
17-13, Mesa trying to go up 2-0. Well, we saw the dominating run a year ago, 9 straight sets for Feather River, and Mesa, through 2 rounds, has not seen a set 4. Doherty off the block, but still up. Coronado scrambling. Free ball for Cleveland. And Kanaya Cleveland. And she's pumped up. She'll head out as Kiana Faupula will return, but again, you have the decided sense Feather River bringing that emotion. They are trying to will themselves back into a 1-all tie here in sets.
And Cleveland's been a great player off the bench for them after, again, not playing at all in the first 2 matches.
Jaeger, good return. De La Cruz on the slide, but G with the dig, and that leads to the Bennett kill. Feather River back within 2.
That's the player that the Feather River needs to get going on the attacks. Bennett has had some really good matches this year and a couple good ones here at the state tournament, especially that semifinal.
Yeah, Mesa with a good solid serve receive. They were in system, but Feather River able to defend and get within 2. Eldridge tries the push but keeps it up. Jaeger leans right, a little roll, and Bolich
got in front of G.
Yeah, trying to cut that one off, ends up sending it out of play, 18-15.
It really seems like Feather River is just having an awful time trying to figure out how to defend Jaeger because, again, is she going to hit a bomb? Is she just going to put it over? What is she going to do? And look at this. Their defense, I've never seen a Feather River team have struggled so much defensively.
And it's Mojica again, who you have pointed out has been sensational on serve. And that continues to handcuff Feather River.
8 aces, 4 for her alone.
19-15. The lead is 4. Doherty with the pass. Falpula. But Eldridge able to dig it out. They go to Jaeger.
Again.
And again, trouble for Kraft. And right now, I'll tell you, part of the problem for Feather River is Jaeger not only mixing speeds, but she's hitting spots. Every time it's a reach out to one side or the other, we're seeing a lot of one-handed dig attempts.
Seems like Coach Stahl-Vest is outmatching Richie in the preparation because she certainly knows their game plan.
Doherty on the give and go. And it's Doherty who takes a little off. Rolls that one in front of Coronado.
Doherty's been the one player that's kind of keeping Feather River around.
20-16. Is that the 7th kill for Emma Doherty?
They have their serve specialist back in, Bacad. That was a good
Jaeger
one.
And into the scorer's table. And Bacad, as she did earlier, able to get an ace coming off the bench. The serve specialist with that first serve, they could use a run. They're within 4 at 20-16. They'll go back to Jaeger, who's had a much better second set on serve receive, Robert.
Absolutely. Her passing all match. She's had a couple of mistakes on the serves, but for the most part, she's handled it.
And let's correct the score. We were off by 1, so it's 20-18 now.
Yep.
So Feather River creeps back within 2.
And Bacad trying to go on a serving run for him.
They'll settle for the bump set for Jaeger. The dig for Kraft. Doherty kept up by Mojica. Now it's Jaeger.
Look at that one. See, you just don't know what's coming.
Falpula with the push and finds the corner. That is a
there.
signature play from Feather River, and we haven't seen it much here today, but Falpula with that little push finds the corner. 20-19, and does Bobby Joe Stahl-Vest think about a timeout on that Mesa sideline? This is a 4-point run to get Feather River back within 1.
They just brought in a player that hasn't seen much action either, in Riley Pittman.
And Mesa scrambling. They'll give up the free ball.
Doherty.
High up in the air. Not much chance for Coronado. Slim and none, and Slim heading out of town, tied at 20.
Well, the moment you want to count Feather River out, of course, what happens? They come on a run, a good serving run, and then that Doherty
Look at the
bomb.
elevation for Emma Doherty. Well, we've talked a lot about leapers here, but Emma Doherty absolutely in that conversation. Brand new set, tied at 20. Mesa on top, 1-0, the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Final here on the Bay Area Online Sports Network. Well, moments ago, this appeared to be Mesa well on their way with a 5-point lead and a 1-0 lead, but how quickly it can turn, and Feather River starting to get it going with a 5-point run, now tied at 20.
The reliance for Feather River, that I talked a little bit about their depth. Well, it's coming true because they had Cleveland come in. She's had a couple of big plays, and now this serving run by Bacad.
Solid pass, and Jaeger
goes long.
Missed it wide.
Yep.
Well, you can't ask for a better look for your top hitter on the season, Kaylin Jaeger, but she just missed it. 21-20, and Feather River grabs the lead after trailing for much of this second set. And getting over, it's Faupula, who stays off.
They're going to say,
did she get the net?
Yeah.
We'll have a great look at this if we have the net shot.
Let's see.
Tied at 21. And let's see here as Faupula reached over. Yep. So it wasn't net contact, but it was a reach over the net.
Huge.
Good call, tied at 21.
Point. Mesa needed that one, and now they have another good server in Jaeger.
Doherty.
There's the
roof coming from De La Cruz and Osler.
De La Cruz has had a great tournament. She had 6 blocks last night.
Yeah, and she's over there with support, but it's Osler who gets those hands
absolutely
on top of the net. 22-21, but the serve wide from Jaeger, tied at 22.
It's impressive about Jaeger because she does so many things well. She's carrying this team at so many different facets of the game, yet she does make mistakes.
And this is where, even up here, the palms get a little sweaty. We're tied at 22.
It's a lot to ask for one player.
A lot on the line. Eldridge just has to roll that for the back row.
Nice set.
And Kraft.
That's the Bolic set right there, right?
Yeah, hammers that ball. Jaeger, not much chance. Yeah, solid set from Bolic, who's had some struggles, and a timeout taken by San Diego Mesa. Feather River with a 23-22 lead in a critical second set. Championship Sunday here from Mount San Antonio College on the Bay Area Online Sports Network. Feather River on an 8-2 run. They lead at 23-22, trying to even this up at a set apiece. And you have to imagine, this takes on extra importance. Look at this weekend. 5 of 6 matches over in 3. We've only had one go as long as 4. So tough to come back. A little push from De La Cruz. Ties it at 23, so out of the timeout. Great execution by San Diego Mesa.
Again, I think Feather River's defense, they went after Bacad's side, and this is the most playing time for her in the state tournament. She had only been coming in as a serve specialist and coming right out, but right now she's a big part of the rotation for Feather River in this set.
Well, they should update the scoreboard. They haven't yet.
Okay,
now they have 23. So tied at 23.
It's hard to put those digits down. You got to press that right button, and
It's a skill. Leah Gosoko to serve for San Diego Mesa.
Good serve.
Handcuffs Doherty, but it's still up. And now G has to give up the free ball. Chance for Eldridge up the line, but Bacad with the up. And G again. Feather River.
Let's see if they go to her again.
Near overpass.
They keep going after Bacad, but she's made a couple of really nice
off
digs.
the block. Free ball now for Feather River. Faupula
Blocked.
Able to keep it up. The push, and down again. What a pancake from Mojica.
Jaeger
catches the tape.
You know, you got to have a little luck, right? And
24-23.
Great rally. I was impressed by Bacad's couple of digs to keep it going, and then great dig right there by
Mojica, who has been everywhere.
She has been the two of them between Jaeger and Mojica just
set
stepping
point
up.
For a 2-0 lead.
What
The
a
overpass
serve.
gives a free ball for Mesa.
Osler
with the push, but G right there. Kraft.
What a dig there.
The up from Gosoko. Jaeger trying to finish. Overpass from Bacad.
Wow.
And Eldridge will finish it.
Unbelievable, because again, Feather River had made the push, and Mesa responded and wins the set. 2-0 lead.
You're trying to handle that rocket from Jaeger, and just a little too much on it, and Eldridge right there as she has been throughout. Mesa now up 2-0 with a 25-23 win in set 2. They're a set away from a championship here on Championship Sunday from Mount San Antonio College on the Bay Area Online Sports Network.
If you're looking for a unique college experience, then Feather River College is the place for you.
Feather River down 2-0. Now, you look this year and you think, well, how often can this team even be forced into a 5-set? They are 4-2 in 5-set matches, but that's a ways away. They need to win a couple sets just to get there.
You know, Feather River, at the very end of the regular season, they had a 5-set match against Lassen, their rival in the Golden Valley Conference, and it was 19-17 in that 5th set, and that almost allowed Lassen to share the title. So it's we talk about how great Feather River has played at the state tournament, and especially in those first 2 wins in the quarterfinals and semis. But we have to remember that this is not the same Feather River dominating team. They have cracks. They've had matches where they've slipped a little bit. They've lost a couple this year. And right now, San Diego Mesa, South #1 seed.
And I think one other dynamic that has been important here, and that is going back to a conversation we had with Sarah Ritchie. She talked about how much they rely on Kat G in that back row. And this versatility in the attack, we haven't been able to call G's name a whole lot today because Mesa's been able to work away from her.
Just 7 digs, and they have been working away from her. Great strategy by the Mesa coach, Bobby Joe Stahl-Vest.
Doherty from the back row, looking for that back line, but it's long, and Mesa out in front to start set 3.
Doherty has been their kill leader in this match. He has 8 kills. The next highest is Kraft with 4, while on the San Diego Mesa side, Jaeger with 10 kills, 6 digs, and 2 blocks.
Yeah, I think a key stat as they get the kill in the middle to tie it at 1.
Another newbie in the lineup.
Yeah, we have not seen a lot of Lucy Ryan. Yeah, but Franny Martins, Kiana Faupula in this match, they have combined just 1 kill between the two of them.
There's another move. Again, the coaches are pulling out all the stops they have to, right? They're down 2-0 in this one. Feather River decides to change the lineup a little bit.
Eldridge just long, 2-1. And, yeah, Sarah Ritchie, I think, has been looking for that right combination. We saw Kanaya Cleveland earlier. And now we get another change with Lucy Ryan on, hoping to get something going. And as you point out, Robert, as that one will float long, sometimes someone can come in, give you a quick burst, and that can pick everybody up.
That's only the third failed serve by Feather River. They've done a good job of keeping it in. But then you look at Mesa's side. They have 9 aces in this match, 4 by Mojica, 2 by Eldridge, 2 by Gosoko, and 1 by Lagrimas. And an ace.
That one drops in another ace.
10 aces.
That has been such a key storyline.
Macy Thornburg. From all the different players are coming through on the serve for Mesa. Their serving game, their passing game.
Yeah, miscommunication, Kraft and G on that back line. 3-2. And they'll try Doherty straight up the line. Lagrimas unable to dig it out. We're tied at 3. But again, you can't overstate Faupulu, who had 12 kills against just 1 error against Ventura, and then came back with 10 kills in the second round in the semifinals in the win over IVC. So double-digit kills. She has just 1 so far today. And, Robert, there haven't been a lot of times that they've called her number.
No.
They've worked away from her.
And then, look at that. There's the bomb from Jaeger.
Yeah, just down the line and on the line.
That's 11 kills for her. We've seen Doherty, really the one who's been really destroying the ball until that one right there by Jaeger, who's gotten kills but not kind of on some change-ups too, right?
Yeah, and if you notice, she went low for the serve receive and then gets it back. That's an athletic play. Overpass and the joust ball.
Nice play by Eldridge.
G going to push for the corner, but the whistle comes in. It's 4-3 Mesa. Now make it 4-4.
Here, look at the replay.
Let's watch here. Are they going to say that's on the set by Mojica? That's all I can think of.
Oh, no, it's the back row. That's the call. They crossed from the back row. That was the call.
So 4-all. Mojica sets Jaeger. What a great one-handed dig and the push from Faupula, but it's up. Osler.
Again.
Cogburn able to keep it alive. Free ball for Mesa, but they give it up. Doherty. Osler with the up. Looking for Jaeger one more time. G with the dig.
Long.
Kraft missed it long.
It's been a tough match for Kraft. Actually, she's had some kills, but not a lot of attempts.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of Kraft in the front row. It seems as though we've seen her working a lot from that back row, and a lot of attacks have come from the back row for her. Not a lot of great swings. She does have 4 kills.
Feather River did a much better job in that second set on the attack. They got back into the positive after being a negative.
Faupula able to tool the block. Just the second kill for Kiana Faupula. And if they can get her going, they can change the dynamic here in a big way. Tied at 5.
Right now, Mesa's winning the statistical battle. They have the ace battle. They have 9 aces to 5, 33 digs. Passing well. The block.
Another good pass from Jaeger and De La Cruz.
Another kid stepping up. 4 blocks, 3 kills for De La Cruz.
6-5.
So impressed by the Olympians serving today.
It has been a huge storyline. Leah Gosoko. They try to get foul. Pula
What a play.
pushes for the corner.
Oh.
Jaeger laying out. Mesa still alive. And tooling the block, Ashley Kraft. So Kraft moves to the front row, gets a better look. Another kill. That's her 5th. And we're tied at 6 as Franny Martins will return on that front line for Feather River. And we'll see Christine Bacad. Bacad had the huge run on serve.
You know, there's one thing, though. Jaeger doesn't look tired at all.
And they continue to work on Jaeger on serve receive, but she has been very steady after that first set. The dig from Jaeger and a chance for Eldridge.
Got it.
Eldridge with a perfect spot. Seemed to wrong foot Doherty, and that has been a big dynamic for Mesa in this. They are placing the ball so well.
Off that finger roll. Look at that spin. Beautiful, beautiful attack right there.
Eldridge now with 7 kills.
Yeah,
to go along with 9 digs.
Double digits in the semifinals win over Grossmont.
Bolich setting Kraft. Jaeger down to get it. Eldridge with a head of steam. The overpass will give another chance to Mesa. Jaeger from the back row. She keeps it alive. Bolich reaches up to keep it alive. Eldridge.
Wow.
Hammers it down. Back-to-back kills for Eldridge. 8-6 Mesa.
You know, Jaeger again with another nice defensive play to keep it going, and then a good set, and then the finish by Eldridge.
Well, it just seems when they're in system that they hit the ball so heavy that it's just hard to control. And you end up getting these overpasses or you get them out of system, and it's that second wave that seems to be producing a lot of kills.
You know, there's a perception. It's an interesting one. We talked about it in the pregame, but San Diego Mesa is the #1 seed in the South, but they have a lot to prove. And I think that's part of this maybe a little chip on their shoulder.
Yep.
That maybe they're not getting the respect they deserve. Well, they got all the respect from Feather River now, don't they?
Yeah, they're a team that comes after the second round loss last year. They come here. One of the first things you notice if you look over the teams is they lost twice to a team that was ranked below them in the seeds. And maybe to a certain degree, they're trying to redeem the entire South that's trying to return the championship to the South for the first time since 2017.
Without a doubt. And remember, you know, they've only lost to one team this year,
Yep.
Grossmont,
Yep.
twice. That's it. They've beaten everybody else.
Well, and it's not unheard of sometimes for a team to be a tough matchup. Looking for Kraft. Partial block from Mojica. Now Jaeger and G having to reach. It's so hard to control that ball.
She is getting going right now for Mesa, and this is bad news for Feather River because once Jaeger starts to go and she starts ripping the ball like this.
And this becomes a tenuous, dangerous moment for Feather River. They're down 2-0. And if Mesa can go on a run and push this lead up, what a setter dump from Bolich. You push this out to 6 or 7. Now all of a sudden, if you're Feather River, you have to fight the tendency to think maybe we can't do this today.
I think Mesa is just, like I said, they fought off these little runs by Feather River. And then, again, you would have thought they would have fallen apart after that 3-ace run by G in the second set. And here we go, another little mistakes by Feather River at this point. They can't afford to have them. And they had some momentum after that dump, and immediately they side out back to Mesa.
10-7. Eldridge off the tape. It's still up. Ryan
Tooled.
and Douglas able to put it down.
Their block has been so outstanding. And
Martin's
right here,
there with the athletic play.
She's 6'3", right? 6'3"?
Yep.
All of it there.
And the wingspan is longer.
And an ace.
And trouble on the serve receive, and now Mesa does push it out to 5, 12-7. We had momentarily the scoreboard was going the other direction. I had to make sure.
The theme of this entire match has been Mesa offsetting runs and then extending the lead. And now they get that 5-point advantage now in the third set.
G with the up.
Pressure's on
but
the Eagles.
Kraft can't get much on it, but now miscommunication. Mojica goes Soko, and it ends up dropping. Feather River gets a free point there, 12-8.
And like you said, Kraft moving to that front row, they're getting got a couple of kills out of her, and they've needed to get her going, and it has for them in this set. Here comes Eldridge.
Eldridge. And the dig sent wide. 13-8. It's back to 5. And Robert, to me, the storyline here is that Feather River has been able to mount a tremendous middle attack throughout the entire weekend, and Mesa has been able to turn them into a team that uses their pins almost exclusively.
And the defense is just slipping for Feather River right now. I think they just brought in Tuinova.
Yeah.
How do you say it one more time?
Tuinova.
Tuinova. And they just brought her back in. They're looking for any defense they can get. And, of course, they have the best libero in the business in the All-American G, but they've been kind of keeping away from her, haven't they?
It's going to go long. 13-9, back within 4. Feather River still trying to pump themselves up, and they're only down 4. Far from over. And, look, when we're talking about Sarah Ritchie and how well she prepares her team, when we're talking about that they're attacking more on the outside, that is all credit to San Diego Mesa, because that is about San Diego Mesa making them do that.
Well, certainly Mesa did their homework, and the Olympians are playing with house money right now. They're up 2-0.
Kept up, but a free ball. Coronado will set Jaeger. Jaeger with the block on the other side.
She hasn't been blocked much in this match, but right there she was.
Well, they handle that faster ball seemingly better than when she takes something off. For Feather River, it was Lucy Ryan over there on the outside. 13-10. I think of about 3 times that when Jaeger has really reared back to fire, the block has been there. Eldridge, that's blocked by Faupula.
Solo by Faupula.
13-11.
It's been their strength. It's been their strength in the entire postseason, Feather River's block. And it hasn't been quite there until just now.
Yeah, Mesa had a 5-point lead. It's down to 2. And Kat G will serve.
What a play
Mojica
by Mojica.
With the redirect.
She is
14-11.
As great as Jager's played, I think Mojica might be the player of the match. She is just making play after play. She's quietly getting the aces, the sets. Let's see what her stats are.
And I'll tell you, in a tournament full of great setters and athletic setters, Mojica might be the most athletic setter.
She's outstanding.
Doherty unable to get it over the tape. It's 15-11. The story continues. Feather River gets a run going. They get within 2. Mesa answers back, and they're back up 4.
There's no time in volleyball, but Feather River's running out of it.
Mojica, free ball for Mesa.
Another nice set.
Jaeger.
That
kept up, but not all the way.
And notice how we've had so many fast points, not really long rallies. And another timeout for Sarah Ritchie. This is a flat-out sad. It's a
Mesa
5-point game.
Closing in 16-11. They lead it 2-0. It's the 3C2A Volleyball Championships from Mount San Antonio College on the Bay Area Online Sports Network. Well, the MVP today, it's a little bit of a close choice. We've got a few different options,
I'm
but
going
the
with
numbers
Mojica
are impressive.
today. I think Jager's the MVP of the tournament. Don't get me wrong. But Jada Mojica has 29 set assists, 4 aces, 5 digs, a block, and two kills, and that beautiful play for a kill right before the timeout.
Yeah, Jager with 13 kills and 10 digs. And her ability to handle the service. This match is going on in the roof from De La Cruz and Jager.
This is all Mesa. This is all Mesa, and the sweep could be happening.
Mesa with a 6-point lead. This is their largest here in set number 3. Mojica's serve is long.
And they're
17-12.
Okay. They're okay with that. I mean, now they can take chances on a serve if they want to, be aggressive, and why not? They were up by 6. They're up 2 sets to 0. Now 5-point lead. No problem.
Cogburn on to serve for Feather River.
Boy, look at
Back
that.
set for Jager. Off the block, and Tuinavai can't keep it up.
There is just no defense. They have completely taken Feather River's defense and shredded it in this match.
Well, it's so tough because Jager has the power to use that block to make it even harder on the back row. It's hard to read how it's going to come off the block. 18-12. They'll set Doherty.
And Doherty has 10 kills for Feather River.
Osler has to try and adjust in the air. Can't get it over. 18-13. Golden Eagles looking for a run to stay alive.
And all the pressure on Feather River right now.
Doherty on serve. Jager has to bump set. Osler
Look
with
at
a
this.
perfect spot.
These aren't even rallies. It's 1-2 point, 1-2 point. That's how it's been.
Well, it seems like every attack is coming in between somewhere in that back row.
Well,
the placement has been stellar.
It's been opposite of where Catherine G is, hasn't it?
19-13.
Look at it again, right? They serve to that side.
Quick set and a push.
Mojica. Good block.
The block from Faupula, but Mojica keeps it alive. Douglas partially fans on it, 19-14.
Franny Martin's back in for Feather River. Such a
We
quiet
also see
match from so many different players for Feather River. This has been their best server today, besides G, Bacot.
Yeah, Tuinavai now in the front row, so Sarah Ritchie still looking for a combo. The bump leaves the joust ball. Osler appears to win it, but doesn't. Call comes in. It's going to go to Feather River. Osler got it down on the other side, but the call gives it to Feather River.
One of the very few sets that wasn't there.
19-15, yeah.
But it wasn't the best pass either.
Jager goes down to get that one, and
Here
she'll
comes
get
Jager.
it back.
Wow.
You know, right now she has one of those things that you see where it's almost a little bit like a serve where it's very deceptive. That came off in a little more of a screwball motion, and we haven't seen Jager hit that spot too often today. She's been working more toward the middle.
I'll just say this. If I was out there, I'm getting out of the way.
20-15. They'll set Tuinavai. Off the block. Point to Mesa.
Yeah. This is just 4 points away.
21-15.
They feel it. They know it. G's trying to get rally the troops, but again, the points are starting to go against Feather River right now.
Bullets
nice play
with
by
the
Bolish.
dump.
Another
Laying
dig.
out goes Soko. And
kick
Eldridge
off the
able to
block.
tool the block. 22-15.
Everything Mesa's done in this match has worked. Everything. They're just
And Feather River out of timeout. So Sarah Ritchie at this point can't do anything to stall the momentum.
who would have thought this one, right?
Lagramas will serve.
Look at
And
the
block wide from on the attack by Kraft. 22-16.
Even on plays like that, you can't complain as your Mesa. They're really happy with.
Jalen Douglas moving over there.
Yeah, terrific.
And got a heavy piece of it. Jager with another good pass, setting up Eldridge. Doherty with the dig.
Nice
and
play.
Kraft pushes it off the block, 22-17. Feather River looking for a last stand here.
Sloppy attacks that are just they've been picking up those kills from Kraft at the net, but really not a lot else, right? And Doherty's been their only other player that's hit the ball well.
Just wide, great decision from Jager.
Horrible time for a service error, right?
Yeah.
And now it's just 2 points away. I think Mesa is going to finish this out.
Eldridge will serve. She set the tone early. She was the first server, and they grabbed a 3-0 lead. That's in for an ace.
Totally. Great back line, and now it's, this is it, match point.
Championship point.
And this would be the first state title in their program's history.
Bolich. They'll set up Martins. Mojica with the dig. Eldridge for the finish. G with the dig. They push for the corner. Eldridge chases it down.
Jager
to finish it. The championship is heading back to the south. You know, Robert, from the outset, they just seemed to be a team that was both relaxed and determined.
Absolutely. Every facet of Mesa's game today, from passing, Jager, and then Mojica setting, Mojica serving. I mean, you go right across. Douglas at the net, her blocking. It's just so many things went well for Mesa today. Their game plan they executed that game plan well. They certainly kept the ball away from Catherine G., the libero, the All-American libero for Feather River. And can't say enough about the coaching job there by Bobby Joe Stahl-Vest to get a sweep against Feather River in the championship match. Feather River was this close to, for a lot of us to call them a dynasty, because if they had won, that would have been three state titles out of four. But instead, Mesa does it. They were the South #1 seed. And, hey, they proved it, right? They proved that they deserve to be where they are. They were the second-place team in the PCAC, but they beat their rival. And Grossmont, to me, was really the other great team in this tournament other than Feather River. They beat the two teams they had to beat.
Yeah, you know, we made the point earlier in the set. You made the point, as we talked about, this was a team that when they came in, maybe there were some questions. They answered all the questions this weekend, and that's all you can do, and they're leaving here with that championship. And, guys, I have a confession. I can't remember the Bananas' name.
Herbert Garrison III. And I'm sure
I remember Monkey. That was easier to keep in my head, but Herbert Garrison III was a little more of a challenge. Yeah. To be fair, I didn't write it down.
You know, Fresno City had a couple of mascots that they used a couple of years ago when they won their state title. And
well, we were making the point that it's fitting here at Mount San Antonio College with the ultra famous Mike. Do you know Homer the cow for the softball team as well. So this is maybe one of the homes of the mascot for a team, and so perhaps fitting. And I feel as though we should have a quick word about Feather River. I mean, what a sensational program it is. This is a program defending champions, 2 championships now in the last 4 years. They had another great year, and I suppose for a team that's had so much success here at the championships, this was bound to happen eventually, but another great year.
Oh, without a doubt. And look at their wins in the state tournament coming in. They played great against Ventura, and then that sweep in the semis. Everything. 25-12, 25-12 the first 2 sets, and then they come in here, and I think they were utmost confidence coming in. Sarah Ritchie was looking at the video. I think they were in really good spirits coming in this match. But San Diego Mesa, they were just on it.
Yeah,
and last night, they were the one that played last night. Did you see any fatigue from Jaeger? I didn't see any fatigue
Mike,
from Jaeger.
As Mike Cepeda joins us, who was here yesterday, you go back to yesterday, and the job that Feather River did against Tessa Morocco, Ava Gunther, who had more errors. They attacked at a negative percentage, 9 kills against 15 errors. But then you look at the pins today, Eldridge and Jaeger, and what they were able to do, and that's where I think you have to give so much credit to San Diego Mesa. That was a completely different story today.
It was a completely different story. And, Robert, you and I talked about the X factor yesterday for San Diego Mesa. Jalen Douglas in the middle, massive presence, and nobody seemed to have an answer for her.
Better today than she was last night.
And that's incredible because she seemingly turned the tide in the middle of set 1 in the win last night versus Grossmont, but really had no answer. Sarah Ritchie was trying to find that answer, and when you have that other weapon in Douglas, it frees up a little bit more one-on-one on the outside for Jaeger, and Jaeger went to work, another double-digit kill performance, player of the tournament by far.
Easily, but Mojica in this match stepped it up.
Everybody elevated their level of play, and Feather River just couldn't match it, and it's not any fault of theirs. Mesa went out and won this.
I was stunned by the defense. Feather River's defense, and again, I mean, they rely so much on the libero, Catherine G, but you would have thought, right, that some of the other players would come through for them, but they did not. They just couldn't defend. They were struggling. It didn't matter if it was Jaeger or Osler or whoever it was. And Douglas at the net, they couldn't defend.
When you add that added offensive component with Douglas, and then you have Eldridge, you have Osler, and, of course, Jaeger. I mean, what do you do? And then Mojica on the net. She had a couple setter done. She had a couple kills up front. I think she was on a 50-50 ball. When I was down there kind of coordinating some of the cameras,
right,
she's right in front of me and just absolutely slams one. You know, that's 5 that you got to worry about. And Feather River was kind of not ready for it.
And you want to know what I remember most about Jaeger in this match? That diving dig she made in the far corner.
Yeah.
You know, she just does this in her sleep.
Well, the one that stood out to me was the one where she nearly took somebody's head off.
Wow.
She was bringing the heat all game, but she went to the fireball at one point, and you could hear it throughout the gym.
Yeah, she's just a standout athlete. We had Annie Mitchum several years ago for Irvine Valley in the 2007 their championship team way back, and this Jaeger is just something else because Mitchum really was a powerful hitter.
That was at Solano.
Yeah, powerful hitter, but Jaeger is all over the floor. She's doing everything. She is their best defender, not just the kill leader, but the best defender. And remember, transfer from Miracosta College.
Yeah. How do you let that one get away?
Well, they did have a coaching change.
That's fair.
We do want to take you down to the floor for the championship presentation here at Mount San Antonio College, San Diego Mesa, the 2023 3C2A volleyball champions.
Women's Volleyball Coaches Association President Yvette Ibarra. And Mount San Antonio Associate Dean and Associate Athletic Director Tammy Knott Silva. A big thank you to all 3 of these individuals for their dedication and hard work. Let's meet the finalists from the Feather River College. Please step forward to get your award. Catherine G. Emma Doherty. Maya Pan. Anna Bullitt. Lucy Ryan. Autumn Bennett. Kanaya Cleveland. Ladua Coy. Ani Tuinaubai. Franny Martin. Kiana Paupula. Abby Cochran. Christine McCod. And Ashley Kraft. Also head coach Sarah Ritchie. Congratulations on a fine year from Men's Championship run. And now let's meet your 2023 3C2A women's Jaden Mojica. Leah Osoko. Serena Bobby. Sophia De La Cruz. Madison Daniel. Mia Foster. Emily Eldridge. Olivia Osler. Haley Engelbrand. Caitlin Jager. Rebecca Turk. Jalen Douglas. Riley Pittman. Maria Coronado. Macy Thornburg. And Amiana Ladrinas. Now please, head coach Bobby Joe Stallings. All right, folks, we got one more bit of business. We'd like to honor the 2023 All-Tournament team. Well, plenty of time for pictures in a moment. As selected by the panel of volleyball coaches. Ventura, number 1, Autumn Trujillo. From Delta, Kyra Sears. From Fresno City, Drugan Davis. From American River College, Reese Ampey. From Irvine Valley College, Mia Bartoloni. From Grossmont College, Amanda Pena. From Feather River, number 4, Anna Bolich. From Feather River, Kiana Paupula. From Mesa Emily Eldridge. And now, the libero of the tournament from Feather River, Catherine G. The center of the tournament, from Mesa, Cindy Mojica. And your tournament MVP, outside hitter, from Mesa, number 10. Congratulations to both colleges and their student athletes for a wonderful season of hockey is greatly appreciated. Thank you for your support and attendance. Have a good afternoon, good night, and travel home safely. Thank you all.
In impressive fashion, Mike Cepeda, 3-0, and they sweep through what we saw last year with Feather River, and this year was San Diego Mesa, but 9 straight sets and a dominating win in the championship, heading down to San Diego.
And after yesterday's obliteration of IVC, it looked like Feather River was the team to beat, and certainly looked like they were going to go for the trifecta. That would have been 3 in a row for Feather River at the state championship, in terms of their appearance and being in the final. We covered their first state championship as a school, as a college, back in 19 at Southwestern. Mary Nagasi tournament MVP there. Last year at Fresno, they win it. And this year, they just ran into an unbelievable juggernaut of a team and a well-coached team with an absolute stud in Kaylin Yeager, tournament MVP.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at this weekend, it's fascinating how it's a game of matchups. You just never can tell. Who would have thought after yesterday? Who would have thought after what IBC was able to do on Friday to San Joaquin?
But yeah,
a team that had lost one match all season long.
Yeah.
You thought, well, surely they're going to be a tough out, but Feather River was able to overwhelm them pretty much early on and win it in straight sets. And your brain starts going in one direction, but you just never know how the matchups are. And in this case, Kaylin Tager, Emily Eldridge, the rest of that front line, Jalen Douglas. And you could go on and on, obviously, with setter Jade Mojica, as we've talked about, but they were a problem for Feather River, and they win it in straight sets. And I know we have a lot of people.
A lot of thank yous. A lot of thank yous.
Starting with Jennifer Cardona, the executive director, and George Managakis,
Yeah,
director of champions here at the 3C2A.
Now, Jennifer was going to make an appearance on the broadcast, but it was so quick. She didn't. If it went 4, she was going to come on, but she had to get down there for the awards and all that. So
You would tell me if this was about me, right?
I would have let you know. I would let you know, probably off air, but no, I can assure you on air that it wasn't about you.
You never can be sure with these things. But obviously, their help as well, and certainly we'd be remiss before we get to our team if we didn't talk about Mount San Antonio College.
Yeah, Joe Jenham.
Putting on the spread that they have here and the way they've handled, let's face it, 2 championship events on the same weekend. That is not an easy task, and they did a great job, and they've been very helpful. And this facility is just beautiful. So I have a feeling we're going to be back here some more.
We're going to be back here next year for the Women's Championship, again in 24. So certainly looking forward to that.
Our broadcast director
Incredible job this weekend, and Matt, graphically, all the shots that you see, all the replays for volleyball, that was him. And
Just for future reference here at SoCal College Sports and the Bay Area Online Sports Network, as we work with them as well. If anything looks cool, that's Matt. Just so you can know who it is.
Yeah.
Anything with any movement or that just is visually impressive, that's Matt. And you, buddy, of course.
Hey,
Executive producer and director here at SoCal College Sports. None of it would happen without Mike Cepeda.
well, it wouldn't sound great without you, buddy.
Appreciate that. So,
Who else? Kenny Walter,
okay.
also Tammy Knott Silva, and Yvette Ibarra, and of course Robert Lewis. What an incredible job! He joined us yesterday for Game 2 in the semifinals, and throughout today he was terrific.
On Friday night as well, the coaches who were good enough to take turns joining us on
Yeah.
the broadcast, and they do that just to be helpful, out of love for the game, out of an appreciation for what we do, and we really appreciate that they come on. So that was Kerry Hemmerling, Sean Zivich, Jackson Long, and Sam Neely here from Mount San Antonio College. So I did want to personally thank them as well, and recognize that they take their time to do that, and we certainly appreciate that.
I think that's all I got.
Right?
Next week, 3C2A football championship, San Mateo Riverside. We will have that for you from Riverside. That is locked and loaded. So, we get to pack up here and then go unload next week.
Right. Well, it never ends, though, except I think it does end next week for a little while. So.
For a little while. And then basketball.
Say that. San Diego Mesa, the champions in straight sets, the 3C2A volleyball champions here in 2023. Congratulations to them. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Bay Area Online Sports Network, thanks so much for joining us. So long, everybody.